Second episode begins with Guy writing a letter while ensconced in his new seaside home in Italy. He's finding it challenging to adjust to life with Ginny and baby Freddie. Of course, the papers are all abuzz with updates on the Duke and Duchess of Tintagel's honeymoon tour. We see Nan and Theo emerge from their carriage while on said tour, waving and grinning for the adoring public. Then we see Guy has addressed his letter to Lizzy. He asks her to give it to Nan. Guy doesn't want to break up the Tintagel marriage. However, with this missive, he's offering Nan a choice. She can live with him and Ginny in Italy. He implores Lizzy to do what's right for Nan. After this, Nan and Theo return to Tintagel after 3 months of touring. The Dowager is thrilled to see them. Elsewhere, Conchita and Richard prepare Cora for the spring gala at Tintagel Castle. Mrs. Merrigan, Cora's mother, sits in on the lesson. Cora claims she knows all the lords and their county seats and could probably guess what they ate for breakfast. She's ready to put what she learned from Conchita and Richard to the test. Meanwhile, Nan, now in her quarters, grabs Guy's shirt and sobs into it. She's unhappy. She misses Guy. Theo overhears her sobbing and stands outside her door, looking crestfallen. Then, Lizzy arrives for a visit. She has Guy's letter to Nan in her hands, but before she reunites with her friend, she pockets it. It's abundantly clear that she's struggling with the weight of this decision. Does she help break up a marriage for true love? Nan points out that Hector is here for Theo's pre-gala event. Every year before Parliament opens, he invites all the most prominent lords to Tintagel. Lizzy appears excited to see him. However, she's more concerned about Nan. She pulls Nan aside for a chat. Nan insists she's okay. Theo is kind. They're getting along swimmingly. Lizzy is unconvinced. Later, Nan announces Theo, who collectively greets the lords and ladies assembled for the hunt for the Holy Grail. Nan spots Seadown as he skulks among the bevy of people. Well, that is, until he sees Nan. Then he makes himself known. The lords behind Seadown offer words of encouragement regarding his missing wife. Once Theo releases the group to find the Grail, the Dowager reminds Nan that it's her job to ensure Theo maintains healthy relationships with all the lords, personal feelings aside. She must have clocked Nan's despying Seadown in the crowd. Then, Theo and Lizzy reunite in the woods. She claims she has no clue where to look for this Grail. Legend has it, King Arthur drank from it. However, Theo reveals the family uses it to serve nuts every Christmas. He regales Lizzy with the tale of Arthur, Guinevere, and Lancelot, how Guinevere's affair with Lancelot catalyzed the downfall of Arthur and his kingdom. Next, Nan watches as Hector ingratiates himself with Seadown. After this, the MP chats with her for a spell. Hector isn't a Seadown fan, but it's all about getting his bill passed. Every show of support could bring this bill to fruition. Hector is a champion of the working-class man, and this bill ensures they can own land and stand on equal footing with the 1%. Hector encourages Nan to use her voice, citing that she's one of the most powerful people in the country. He would also love her help. Meanwhile, in Italy, Guy discovers Ginny is MIA. He takes baby Freddie outside to search for her. Ginny sits outside a cafe with Paloma, the kindly landlord of the house they're living in. Paloma believes Ginny and Guy are married. They get candid about sex and how it's supposed to be fun. Ginny shares what little knowledge she has about it, that you're supposed to just lie there. Paloma assumes this is directed at Guy, not Seadown. Later, Guy tracks Ginny down and pulls her away from Paloma. Guy reminds her of the dangers of running off. Ginny was feeling stir-crazy and had to break free. Guy sacrificed everything, a potential life with Nan, to protect Ginny and Freddie from Seadown. Both Ginny and Guy admit they resent each other. Ginny makes an executive decision to return home to England. However, Guy shows Ginny headlines from various newspapers, all stating that Ginny is mad and that she stole Seadown's child. If she were to head back to England, she could be tried in court as a criminal. Italy is significantly safer at the moment. Then, Conchita and Richard have some unexpected visitors, Lady Brightlingsea and Honoria. As it turns out, Lord Brightlingsea has passed away. So Richard wasn't invited to his own father's funeral? Lady Brightlingsea, well, Lady Marable now, as that title goes to Conchita, explains that the bailiffs took everything, including both houses. This means Lady Marable and Honoria must stay with the newly christened Brightlingseys. Elsewhere, Lizzy pretends to spot the Holy Grail in a creek. She utilizes Theo's distraction to splash water in his face. He retaliates. Then, he helps Lizzy find her missing bracelet in the water, even refastening it around her wrist. Sparks fly. Theo leads Lizzy to a massive mausoleum for the Tintagel family. There, he discloses Nan's melancholy. He heard her crying. Nan and Hector burst through the doors of the mausoleum with the Holy Grail in hand. Meanwhile, Lady Marable gives Cora a reality check. Marriage isn't about love, it's a contract. And as for Conchita and Richard, Marable explains that Richard traveled across the ocean to find a wealthy bride in New York. Once Cora finds a husband, she'll be balancing books of a different kind. Cora looks dispirited by Marable's truth bomb. After this, Nan and Lizzy get ready for the spring gala. Lizzy examines Guy's letter to Nan before concealing it again. She informs Nan that Theo hears her weeping. Lizzy points out that tears aren't the cornerstone of a happy marriage. Nan fires back at Lizzy, asking what the latter knows about marriage. Nan insists she's stuck in this union. There's nothing to be done. Outside, Lizzy stands on the roof, observing Theo from afar. Hector surprises her with cutlery-free food, which, if you recall, is a vital component of Lizzy's perfect day. Elsewhere, Cora throws everything Conchita taught her out of the window. She's unfiltered with the lords who approach her. Conchita and Richard try to impress upon said lords that Cora's father is quite rich and she has a sizable dowry. Still, Cora scares them all away. What's the point if love isn't the objective here? Meanwhile, Mabel and Honoria make out in their new room. Others in the Brightlingseys household might assume they're roommates, but we know better. Lady Marable knocks on their door, interrupting the dress removal process. This feels homophobic, especially during Pride Month. Honoria offers to join her mother in a moment. She tells Mabel that she's all Marable has left. At the same time, Conchita confronts Cora about her behavior. Cora threatens to tell her mother, who's paying Conchita good money for this, that Conchita took a tone with her. After Cora leaves, Conchita tells Richard she's proving to be trouble for them. Richard teases that he likes trouble, and Conchita loves a good challenge. Later, Seadown informs Nan of his intention to continue searching for Ginny. News arrives every day, making the possibility of finding her increasingly likely. Seadown insists that Ginny isn't in her right mind. However, once she and Freddie are back in the country, Seadown will see to Ginny's medical care. Nan delivers a heartfelt, stirring speech at dinner. Much of it is pointedly directed at Seadown. Nan acknowledges Hector's important bill for the working-class man. However, Nan is more focused on ensuring women have a voice, that they're no longer property, that they aren't prisoners in their own homes. Nan vows to use her voice to uplift women, and should any man try to threaten a woman's autonomy, Nan will exercise her power to put that man in his place. Theo echoes his wife's sentiments and starts clapping for her. Everyone else follows suit. Even the dowager looks supportive. Theo excuses himself from the dinner table. Nan follows him out into the woods. Unfortunately, Seadown tails her. He confronts Nan for embarrassing him at dinner. He claims it'll be the last time she pulls a stunt like that. Suddenly, Theo punches Seadown. He orders that abusive post to get away from Nan. After Seadown flees, Theo embraces her. Nan apologizes for her emotional state. She discloses that adjusting to this new chapter hasn't been easy for her. However, she wants their marriage to work. Later, Mabel plays backgammon with Lady Marable. Mabel proves she can keep up with Marable's insults by dishing them out as well as she can take them. Nan knocks on Lizzy's door, and the two chat about letting Guy go. As it turns out, Lizzy never gave his letter to Nan. In fact, she burned it. Nan is fully devoted to Theo now, despite her love for Guy. Inside the castle, Nan tosses Guy's shirt into the fire. Then, she has a lovely day riding horses with her husband. In Italy, Guy watches with a smile as Ginny embraces her son. Nan bids farewell to Lizzy and the others as several carriages depart from Tintagel. Theo apologizes to Seadown for punching him. Seadown recognizes that Nan doesn't know of Ginny's whereabouts. However, there's no way that either Theo or Nan hasn't heard from Guy. That's when Theo learns about Guy's involvement in all this. Seadown divulges that several servants saw Guy with Nan the night before the wedding. and that he departed with Ginny in the early hours of the following morning. Theo puts two and two together as he approaches Nan. He ain't happy.